Welcome to the Muscle Building Mastery Podcast, where guys that want to build muscle come to learn how to do it properly. We understand that there's more to building muscle than mindlessly throwing weights around and chugging mass gainer shakes. We're not interested in quick fixes or anabolic assistance. We're interested in mastering the art, science and skill set required to stack on real muscle and strength. My name's Andy Clements, and for the last 12 years I've devoted my life to figuring out how guys like us who don't have amazing genetics, don't have 5 hours a day to spend in the gym, and don't want to take steroids as a shortcut can build insane amounts of muscle and strength in weeks and months, not years and decades. This podcast is the result of all the lessons I've learned along the way, and it will give you the blueprint to building more muscle in less time. To get you started, head to www.musclebuildingmastery.net to download your free 6-week workout plan. Hey you guys, what's going on? This is Andy. Welcome back to another episode of the Muscle Building Mastery Podcast. I'm super excited to have you guys on this episode because today we're going to talk about a really important topic, and that is how to build muscle naturally. So if you don't know what natural means, that means without taking drugs, without taking steroids. If you want to be a natural athlete or a natural gym goer or whatever you want to call yourself, this podcast is for you, because that's how I've always been as well. I've always been natural, and I want to dispel some myths about how to build muscle naturally and what is possible to build muscle naturally, because when I first started training, there was all this stuff, and I think there's probably still this stuff going around, right? That if you're a natural and you're not taking any assistance, you can only expect to put on like £1 a year or like £2 a year or something. And let me tell you right now, after I used to believe that stuff. I used to limit in belief, right? I used to believe that stuff. I used to believe that you can't build more than £1 a year. You can't build more than £2 a year. Like you're just limited. All these other guys that are building more, they're all on drugs. They're all taking steroids. Blah blah blah. And let me tell you right now, if you're a natural person, if you're not taking drugs, you can absolutely put way more than £1 or £2 a year on easily if you follow the right protocol, if you follow the right plan. And so I just want to take a minute just to dispel that myth, because you can absolutely build way more muscle than £1 or £2 a year. Can you build as much as somebody who's doing all the same stuff that you're doing but's taking steroids? Probably not, no, because they've got an extra advantage. Like, it's not level playing field, right? But just because somebody else is taking steroids doesn't mean that you can't put a lot of muscle and strength on in a year, or in a few months, or in like a few weeks, in like 6 to 8 weeks, right? You can still make serious changes to your body if you work hard and you work smart. So that's what I want to make this podcast about. I want to make this podcast about how you can actually build a decent amount of muscle mass naturally as a natural person. Does that sound good to you? Cool. So I remember going to there's a guy called AJ Morris, right? And I went to one of his seminars, and he's like, I don't know that much about like the bodybuilding world anymore, but in the natural bodybuilding world, especially in the UK, he's like one of the top guys. He's a really cool guy. I've met him. He's a really down to earth guy. I went to one of his seminars. I've learned from him. He's insanely strong. He's only a young guy. He's younger than me. He's like in his early 20s, and he started doing this stuff when he was like a teenager, right? And the number one thing that I've noticed about him is, I mean, he's able to put on, I don't know, put numbers on it, I don't know exactly what he puts on, but he's able to put on more than £1 a year of muscle, right? Let me just tell you right now, and he's natural. He does not take any drugs whatsoever, right? And this is nothing against people who do take drugs. I'm not having dig. I'm just trying to talk to the people who don't and give you guys some belief here, right? So AJ Morris, he doesn't take a thing. He just does his supplements, he does his nutrition, he does his training, he does recovery. But the thing he does better than anyone else I've ever come across in the fitness industry, better than I do, better than anybody else I've ever come across, whether they're natural or not. The thing he does is he's consistent as hell. Right? He doesn't do anything massively out of the ordinary. He doesn't do anything overly complicated, anything just farming likes on Instagram, right? He just does the basics, but he does the basics every single day. He's consistent. He doesn't miss a day. He's like, it's like box ticking, right? There's nothing massively complicated about muscle building. You've just got to tick boxes. Have you done your training session today? Yes. Did you train as hard as you possibly could? Yes. Did you progress your numbers? Yes. You know, did you lift more weight than the previous session? Did you get more reps in the previous session? Yes. Did you hit your calories today? Yes. Did you hit your macros today? Yes. Did you hit your nutrient timing today? Yes. Did you hit your hydration goals today? Did you sleep right? Did you hit your step goal? You know, all those sort of stuff. Did you do your cardio? Yes, yes, yes. Tick them boxes. You know, it's not massively complicated. I'm not dropping like crazy stuff here. It's the stuff we all know we need to do. Right? It's the stuff we know we need to do. He trains insanely hard, AJ Morris, right? He trains ridiculously hard, but he recovers ridiculously hard as well. But he just does the basics, man. He just does the basics. He goes in, he does his workout, he smashes the back end of his workout, he goes home, he hits every single meal. He sleeps better than anybody, he recovers better than anybody, and he just absolutely nails it. And as a result, he's a world champion natural bodybuilder. World champion natural bodybuilder. You know? Like he puts muscle on naturally. He knows how to get it done. Like, you look at the guys who are at the top of the game in the natural world, and there's other people as well. I'm not massively into the bodybuilding world anymore, so I don't know like people that are on the top of the game really, but I do know that guy, and he works insanely hard, and there's probably tons of other people just like him that are working insanely hard, ticking the boxes every single day, not doing anything massively like reinventing the wheel, right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel as a natural bodybuilder or as a natural muscle builder. You know, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. If you want to go to the gym and build a bit of muscle, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to be consistent as hell. So that's the first thing, is just be consistent. Do the basics really well. Go through the episodes of this podcast. Look at what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you the basics. I'm teaching you how to build muscle. I'm teaching you how to build strength. I'm teaching you how to do it without taking anything, right? Just implement those and then don't miss a day. Just be like bang, 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 and just do it every single day. And the second thing I want to talk about is, I can remember a few years ago listening to a podcast on, it was Ben Pakulski's podcast. I think it used to be called Muscle Expert. I think it's called Muscle Intelligence now. It's worth a listen anyway. But he was talking about, I think he was interviewing a guy called Flex Wheeler. And Flex Wheeler was one of the old like IFBB pro bodybuilders back in the day, maybe back in the 90s. And he was like one of the greats in the 90s, right? And he was a really, really popular and really successful bodybuilder. And he was interviewing Flex Wheeler. And I can remember he talked about loads of different things, but one of the things that stuck with me, and this was a few years ago now, so it definitely stuck with me, was that he was talking about when you increase your weight, and it wasn't specific to natural athletes, but I think it's really important for natural guys to hear because it's really relevant. Now, when you increase your weight and you go in on like a bulking cycle, yeah, when you step up in body weight, and you go from, I don't know, 190 to 195 pounds or whatever the weight is, right? You go up like 2 to 5 pounds, whatever. Rather than trying to keep that progress going and keep stacking on more and more and more weight as fast as you possibly can, if you've reached a new weight that you've never been at before, consider staying at that weight and earning that weight. So his whole concept was like, earn that weight. So if you can stay, if you get to the first time in your life you ever got to 200 pounds, you stay at 200 pounds and you earn that weight. And what's going to happen then is your body's going to start to sort of harden up, right? You're going to recomp at that body weight. So if you keep increasing your strength, you keep hitting all your numbers, you keep hitting all the stuff you need to do and doing the AJ Morris thing of being consistent as hell, right? If you keep doing all that stuff, you're going to earn that weight. You're going to stay at that 200 pound mark, but now you're going to have less body fat. Now you're going to have more muscle mass. And has your weight increased? No. Has your muscle mass increased? Yes. Has your body fat decreased? Yes. You've recomped your body. And now you're stepping up in muscle. And now you're earning that weight. And then the next time you go to 205 pounds. And when you get to 205 pounds, you stay there for a few months and you earn that weight. You do not let your body weight go back down. You keep eating where you should be eating. You keep training where you should be training. You keep sleeping and you keep doing it and ticking all the boxes, getting consistent. And that's it. That's the whole game. Be consistent as hell. Earn your new weights. You know, and if you do that, you know, if you do that consistently, just stay with me here for a minute. If you do that consistently for 12 months, right? If we're in, it's the 5th of April 2021 right now. If you start today and you do this every day until the 5th of April 2022, or from whenever you're listening to this too, you might be listening to this a year from now, whenever you're listening to this, if you do that consistently every single day for the next 12 months, and you turn around and you don't have more muscle mass, shoot me an email because I will be absolutely amazed. right? If you do that consistently every single day, you work your arse off every single day, you tick all the boxes, you don't miss a day, and you smash through your PBs and you earn your weight every time you step up in weight, you will see the difference. You will stack on more than £1 a year, because that is garbage. And I don't know who made that up, but they don't know what they're talking about. You can easily stack on more than £1 of muscle per year as a natural person. And yeah, I just wanted to take a second just to, because when we hear that kind of stuff as natural guys, we maybe get disheartened, or maybe think, what's the point? If I'm only going to get £1 of muscle a year, what's the point in training, you know? And I get it, and I understand, and I want to take a second to do a podcast here to just help you guys understand that that's not the case. You can absolutely build a ton of muscle. Don't put limits on yourself. Just go at it, earn your new weights, and you will and be consistent as hell, and you will build more muscle and strength. I promise you that. So I hope you found that useful, guys. I hope that gave you some value. I hope you found some more belief to keep going and keep smashing through those goals as a natural muscle builder. And if you enjoyed that, and you want to grab a new workout program to try when the gyms reopen in 1 week today, I'm excited about that. When the gyms reopen in 1 week today, if you want to grab a new workout plan to try, go to www.musclebuildingmastery.net, download your free 6-week workout plan that'll take you through a progressive state of taking you from a beginner to an advanced muscle building master. And yeah, it'll be cool. So musclebuildingmastery.net. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, please share it with a friend, please leave me a review, please drop your comments below and let me know what you thought, and I'll see you next time on the Muscle Building Mastery podcast. If you're ready to stop wasting time in the gym and start mastering the skill of muscle building, go check out www.musclebuildingmastery.net to download your free 6-week muscle building workout plan. I have specifically formulated this workout plan to take you through the 3 stages of mastering your body, layering on a more advanced training methodology each week as you progress. That means that regardless of where you are with your training right now, this plan will push you forward and help you stack on more muscle and strength in just 6 weeks. So head to www.musclebuildingmastery.net now to grab your free 6-week workout plan.